Alright, my friends, I think we are back, but I'm really plagued by the technical problems today, really. Having my first PUBG stream here on the channel, and for whatever reason, I keep getting massive rubber banding on my character and, on everything I do, and I was suffering from tremendous lag and all sorts of problems that affecting the performance. So really very unhappy about this. Try to work out what's causing it, because quite frankly I've played PUBG now for several weeks with my teammates, and I go back to it after about a year of absence. It worked perfectly. There was hardly any indication of lag or any sorts of problems, and now when I'm doing my broadcast, the lag is severe and I'm getting rubber banding, something I did not get on the game at all. Reduced the ping rate, reduced the bit rate, brought the quality of the stream to the minimum. I don't really know what's causing it, because you'd appreciate with lag and rubber banding you're leaving a trail of your movement behind you. So in the last match I played, I've hit the guy from close range and he didn't even flinch, and he killed me instantly. And then I looked at his kill cam, he was firing off all over the place and I was dead literally like with one shot. So I'm really very annoyed and very concerned that this is happening, because I prepared for PUBG stream for quite some time and I wanted it to be, as sociable and as engaging as possible, considering the number of people playing it and the community and everything else. But I'll have to work out what the technical issues are, because I think they may well be to do with the way the setup, the way the Xbox operates really with its settings, and really unhappy and really stranded with this. And I'll try with more matches now to see whether the same problem will be persisting, but somewhat I've got the the inkling that perhaps it will be, because there's something to do with the way this setup works, and some games are more receptive to rubber banding than others. Not sure what the reason for that is. I've seen that with Anthem, for instance, caused lots of problems when we streamed, and some other games have no problems with that sort at all. In fact, rubber banding on my consoles I've seen only in Anthem and not on any other game, so that really tells me something. But anyway, I'm ranting about this because I'm really furious. You'd appreciate, after spending several weeks preparing for our PUBG streams and polishing up my skills and everything, I've faced something which is insurmountable and basically unresolvable. If I'll have to call my ISP operator and ask for help, and to see whether they can really offer any assistance, because I can't think of anything else. And well, let's see. Let's try, and let's drive another match and see what happens. And let's hope that everything will be hunky-dory. As always, living in hope. It's really sad to see that in Britain, one of the leading industrial nations, the vast majority of us have a difficulty in accessing fibre optic broadband. Live in a town centre, they don't want to do it for us. Got a cabinet outside my house saying fibre optic provided in your local area. I call the company, they don't want to do it because they say it's not provided to your street. Why is the street exchange telling everyone that it's there if they don't want to provide it? The answer really is mysterious, and the reasons for that baffle me. Alright, it looks like we are back in another team, a team of 4. We don't have Radman anymore with us, so there shall be myself plus 3 other guys, and look forward to that. You're live on Twitch, guys. If you've got your audio comms on, keep in mind it's a family friendly channel, so quite important to keep the swear words and that toned down if at all possible. Oh, game lagging. Okay, finally we are connected. Finally I could see myself in that plane. I'd suggest we go around there. If you guys are happy with that, just roger that, please, if possible, if you're happy. So the position is there towards the end. Thank you, that's great. Jeff and Pedros and Mgabi welcome guys to our live broadcast. We are ready. 3, 2, 1, go. See what anyone else is dropping here. See some people fed up the road, but not here immediately. Next to us, look like. Quickly have a look again. No, there's no one dropping immediately in our vicinity, so that's good. What's happened to Empedras? Hang on, I'm coming your way. Oh yeah, happened to me yesterday. If the parachute gets tangled up, you know, in a tree, then we suffer casualty, and it happened to me yesterday as well once. Okay? You alright? Cool. No, I had the same problem yesterday. And the wind's blowing in some areas quite a bit. I think it was on the same spot, in fact. Some contact about 400 meters away from us. Best to get away from here. Oh, there's some artillery in there, okay. Actually want a red dot sight in there. I managed to pick up M14, so that's good. There's nothing in this building though. Oh, you were hit again, were you? Oh no, you don't have any health. Yeah, that's the trouble with... Okay, let's just walk together towards another building. We'll look for loot, because I've got hardly anything as well. Okay, we got Mugabe in there. No, it's M. Bagwell. I beg your pardon. I just got far away from my screen, so I couldn't see Mr. Bagwell. I apologize. It's tiny letters, you know, so I can barely read it. That's good. I didn't want that weapon, I guess. Pick up all the ammunition. We have to look for health because our teammate will need some health. He had a bit of difficulty with his landing. Anyone sees any health, then just provide to our teammate. Unfortunately, the fourth teammate already got eliminated. I don't know what happened, but don't know where he went. Look at this, can't get through it. Oh, very good. Well, that's not good, really. Where was he? I didn't even see him. I didn't even see him at all. Where was he? Man. I absolutely didn't see him at all. And even didn't hear him. Which is really weird. There was no footsteps. He must have been literally just waiting there for somebody to come in. Well, I'm well dead, and if this guy really comes anywhere near our friend Sancho, Oh, Mr. Pedro, then... See that? That's the same guy. Watch out, got prone. He's in there with heavy artillery. He has a really good weapon. Probably looting. He's not looting. See that? Health, 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 health. First aid pack. This is not the same guy. There's 3 of them in there then. Oh, well done. Well done. We don't have anything much really, we were just right at the beginning. He legged it. He legged it, you know. You really repelled him because he thought, you know, you were like easy money. Oh no. That's one. I apologize for that. Yeah, he's an experienced PUBG veteran, you could tell. Well, good effort and good luck to everyone. Curious to see where he was, because I didn't hear him. He was extremely quiet, and maybe he bought these shoes. I've seen some shoes you can buy called silent shoes. Wonder whether they can provide complete silence. They shouldn't do, because then obviously they would be much superior. No, I can hear him now. I couldn't hear him on mine. So he saw me. Shot me in the back, coward. Still no chance. So he's using burst on his MP5. Well, what can I tell you? Some will, some won't, so what next? That's the idea. We were a bit unfortunate there. But if I'm not mistaken, I didn't get this lag now, which I was getting earlier today. So I need to do a bit of running to see whether the lag's gone, and if it's gone, that's fantastic. Then all of my worries and anxieties are resolved. I was really angry, really worried that the lag will be persisting, but I didn't see it now. I was running a bit and didn't see the lag. So that was rewarding. And I think the stream wasn't too laggy either. Unbelievably laggy early on. Alright, so everyone ready? We are cracking on with the next match. It was a weird morning today. You know, I've started with my usual schedule, 10 o'clock, and all these tech issues really plagued me, so I didn't have really many good matches. But it doesn't really matter, you know. When you play hundreds of matches, there will be some good ones and bad ones, but the worst ones really are where either you have serious technical problems affecting your hit rate, hit ratio, you know, or the other is when you get teammates who kind of do their own effort things and they just don't really follow instructions, don't get together, and that's really very, very bad. That's what kind of, you know, makes you devoid of enjoyment. Team effort game is always about the team membership, and it's important that people close the ranks. Every single day I can't get into the lobby, just waiting and waiting, and I wake up on a plane. It's very disappointing. Thanks PUBG for providing us with that kind of enjoyment. Right, we are live on Twitch, broadcasting PUBG in a live forum, so... Oh, look at this. This is a funky outfit. Let's see what we got. How about dropping here? What do you think? Not too far, but not really in the hot zone. The hot zone is quite close to it. I don't want to go to that military base, it's a hot zone. I bought that. Well, I will have bought that. There's loads of people dropping in there. It's an instant death. If obviously you're coming close to it, but... But good luck. You're the only person going in there at the moment, and you come across like 20 or 30 people in there. So okay, so that's not too far. We can join forces number 1. I'll drop a bit later than you. Okay, we'll drop now. Yep. Cool. Now I lost you. Silly lag. Okay, I see where you're going. Telling you. One minute I see you, next minute I don't see you. I absolutely detest that sort of thing. But I get some visuals, so that's good. Okay. We all there. Do you see anyone else? Do we have anybody tailing us? I don't actually see anyone immediately. See one guy there on the hill. Don't see anyone else near us. I'm on a roof. Okay. Oh, it varies from game to game. We had no lag in the last game. In here they got plenty of lag. It's probably to do with the server. I don't know. Okay. Now this game is extremely laggy compared to the last one. I don't know what's going on in there. I won't be able to compete at all in this instance. It's so bad. Oh, look at this. That was a good spot, boys. That was a good spot. Definitely a good place. What are the contact already? You see, our friends, I told him that's really, you know, it's hot zone, don't go in there, and it's like 20 other people come in. And, okay, I managed to pick up one reasonable weapon. Got a rubbishy shotgun in there. It's funny because some people prefer shotguns, you know? Close range combat. Isn't really the case. Oops, somebody saw me. Somebody saw me, somebody's firing at me from outside. Guys, watch out, we are being jumped by a team. I think the building I'm in. I didn't see them, I don't know where they are. But they'll come in after us. They saw me as I was there on a window. So I don't know where they are. But they are somewhere. You spotted them. Where are they? I don't see the enemy. Probably firing at me from another building. I don't have any sights, so I can't see this far. Okay, somebody can watch my 6. I'll run across the road to join you in that building. I'm sure they're going to open up on me if they can see me. Yeah, somebody's coming, I can hear him. He's coming in from my 3, I think. stupid door didn't close due to the lag. I'll go and close the door. Hang on. Right. So there's a guy around the building. He's walking. I could hear him. He was sneaking up behind me. Don't know where he is. Well, he probably heard that, so he'll run towards it. I'm on the top floor, so I'm just watching. There, he opened up, didn't he? I knew it, he was there. I don't see where he is. Tell me where he is. Where is he? I don't see him. Okay. Oh, he's in the building, is he? I can provide you some cover fire, but run back. I don't see him. I don't see him in that building. Sleepy, the building which is to your left, I don't see anybody in there. I don't have sights. Don't have eyes. No, I don't see anyone. You got him now. He's gone there, has he? Well done, boys. But that looks like a team in there. You probably need health. I'm rushing to get there. He'll need health. He was hit. Cool. You've got health. You got him, so that's most important. He was hovering about, you know. See where he's got any loot. Mm. 200, 760. 2 minutes. Mm. Okay. You've gone into the building. Okay. I need optics. I need optics. Gauge, I don't need any more. Okay. Don't have optics though. Mind you, I got this red dot sight. Not too bad. Need health. I think I don't have any first aid packs. Need some ammunition. 762. No, okay, I'm okay. Actually, I got 150 rounds. It's okay. Okay, I'll put my sniper on. And, Alright, fellas. Half of those people have gone in that red zone. This lag is bringing me back, you know, I'm running, sprinting, and the lag keeps bringing me back. Boo! Look at it. It's not that severe, but still it was very severe earlier today. Must be some problems with the service, I can't think of anything else. Okay fellas, I need some 3 or 4 times optics, because then I can watch your back properly. So if you have any 3 or 4 times zoom, just please provide. I have a really good sniper, top-notch sniper. Just needs to be, you know, strengthened with the optics. That's all. Backpack. No, I don't have any optics in there. It's all bare. Vehicle coming on motorbike, I can hear something. Anybody? Optics. It's coming our way, I can hear him. I'm just taking some cars. What was that? That was very close to me. The whole team is coming in. Oh no, it's you. Okay, fine now. I'll jump. Yep, coming. I'm in. I've seen something else, but we're long gone then, so that's alright. I thought there was another vehicle behind us, but all good so far. Just need optics, I still don't have anything. Did you get him? I didn't actually. I'll provide cover fire. Rush him to come out. Rush him to come out. I got him. Oh no, you got him, okay. Optics. Yeah, I'm sorted now, I think. I'll go inside the building just to sort myself out. So I got that scope. Okay, I'm sorted now with my sniper, so that's cool. Yeah, I have plenty of ammunition. I have about 200 rounds. Okay, okay. Health packs, first aid, anything like that. Anywhere. There's a good weapon in here if you want it. M16. Do you want it? M16's here. Don't know whether you want it. I've got it here. Some rounds as well. 3 lots of rounds. 100 rounds, I think. 90 or whatever. AKM will do, I think, for now. Alright, there's nothing in there. What's that? MP5, is it? Police vest, I've got the one. Mind you, I'll exchange that. Yeah, coming. Yep. I dropped. You hit something and I just went. Somebody opened up on me. He's in the house, I think. Oh, I see him. Crossfire hitting at me from 2 positions. I'm gone. They've hit me from behind and from the front. I've hit the guy who was firing at me, but too late. And now the game's glitched. Now I can't see what you guys are doing. The cam's just literally on me and can't see a thing. I'll wait until the end, obviously, but I'll have to apologize to my viewers because obviously what you can see is just a static shot of me, well, my body in there with my loot, but PUBG is like so glitched and there's nothing I can do. I should be able to watch somebody else's cam, but I can't. And I have to just wait for my teammates and be respectful, you know. In normal circumstances, one couldn't really stay with this sort of image, but there's nothing I can do. But they're doing well. Really good team. Well fought, lads. Really good team. Got killed in that crossfire. Unfortunately, fell off that buggy. Oh, they were both killed. Oh, that's disappointing. Must have been that team that killed me, because I was firing off the action towards the guy up front, my 12 o'clock. I hit him twice, he didn't die, and I got killed from behind. So I just want to see the death cam. I'm quite certain that was hit from behind. Let's see. Because I've heard bullets coming. I mean, maybe it was the guy at the front, but it did sound like someone's hitting me from maybe 5 or 7. That was my assumption. The buggy must have hit something because it just went up in the air. I didn't do anything. It just must have been some obstacle somewhere. Well, the joys of PUBG, right? Let's see that kill cam. I'm waiting. Come on, it's taking forever. I'd say it's been particularly bad today. It's been very glitchy for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, of course. Look how far he was. Yeah, it's all 3 of them. It was a team of 3. Well, basically they were chasing the vehicle because they saw the vehicle coming in, and they all were, I could see they were in a sort of in a single file opening up on us. Well, tough really, and I think they probably would have killed my team. I can't see the other kill cams. Well, what do you know? Well, it was one good match. We came out second, but no chicken dinners so far today. We definitely want at least one per day, right? Well, depends really very much on all sorts of factors in there. Most importantly, it depends on the team. We've had, in this situation, 3 people dropping into the same area, almost bang on, and then one person wanted to go into the hot zone, which was very far away. And obviously, that person was not lasting longer than 35 seconds. Disappointing, really, but getting the best loot right at the beginning is not always the best thing to do here. Alright, so mastery report. Let me see the other guys. Oh, Sleepy, I'll bring him in, yeah, of course. Sleepy, that's pretty good. They're really good team. The lag is incredible. It's taking forever to get this sorted. There we go. Yeah, he's 172 level. Let me see the other guy. 347. He's really high up, really top notch, really good. I was playing yesterday with somebody who was 500, so that was interesting. Oh, we've got somebody there. Donzak, hello, how are you doing? I've got a different setup now. I can't see the chat messages immediately on my screen, and that's due to the Xbox, the way it works, and I don't get messages straight away, and I apologize for responding a bit later than usual. How are you, sir? Long time no see. I've had quite a few streams during this year. I've kicked off with the 2nd season of broadcasting in February, and then I had quite a bit of time due to the lockdown and everything else, and then I didn't have a lot of time due to the lockdown later, as I was involved in some of the emergency works, and this is going to be an extension of that 2nd season of broadcasting. We'll have Destiny 1 and 2, we'll have PUBG. PUBG is a very sociable, very community-based game. Lots of people play it, many people come in at all times, so it's really very rewarding when it comes to building a community. Destiny 1 community got really very depleted, and there's very few people watching and coming in, and we've had our old crew, people who'd come in every day, but there were a couple of months where almost nobody else knew would be coming in, and that was of concern. And I'm not sure what caused it, because obviously Destiny 1 is a very popular game still today, but lots of people are, I guess, migrating to the sequel because of its voluminous content and the seasonal content and all the other things that are happening. And lots of people migrated to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They're playing that and Warzone. And let me see. Donzak says, no worries, just to let you know that I'm still here. Wonderful. And Donzak says, yes, same here, locked into my house too. Gave up on it. PUBG has a few things about it that concern me, so I stopped playing it. Can you tell me what these were? Were they also to do with toxic content and people raging and doing stupid things, like for instance intentional team kill? Because that's something I spotted in the last couple of weeks. I trained for the broadcast because I've been away from PUBG for maybe more than a year. And when I started with Destiny, I just kind of migrated from PUBG, and I've had overall very good experiences. But now and then, amongst 200 matches I've played so far, as part of the last 2 weeks, I've had 3 situations that were with the intention of team kill. 2 were basically a duo who was bent on looting their own team member because they didn't get good loot. And then once it was somebody who was probably suffering from mental illness or something because he was doing lots of crazy things, and like for instance he would get in a vehicle with a mate and then start shooting at the tires, that sort of nonsense. And 5 of these guys have been reported to Microsoft, Twitch and all the other platforms, PUBG, and I file in reports directly. So they would be probably, because they were on Xbox, they'd be banned for life, because as an Xbox ambassador I've got shorter route to some of the messaging, and we can take certain action that's going to be, I guess, looked at closely very, very quickly. Donzak says he didn't like the terms and conditions, didn't like the privacy policies, particularly when it came to gaming events and tracking you. It's the association with Google networks that bothered me. I haven't given it a thought really, but I can certainly tell you the trouble I've been having during the last 2 weeks was on the technical side of things. First of all, the game is extremely glitchy. It's a lot more glitchy than what it used to be. Probably due to the pandemic, there's a lockdown, they don't really do the proper maintenance, and there's an issue with ping, because PUBG is very well spread out worldwide, and unlike Destiny, I actually had the privilege of playing with people from probably about 30 different countries. We had people from Iran, people from Gambia, people from Ghana, in fact, people from Czech Republic, Poland, from South Africa, from Singapore, from all countries around the world really. It's a very, very international community, but that is affecting its ping rate and kind of connectivity to the server. So for instance, today I had problems with rubber banding, and that wasn't happening at all during my kind of training sessions. Don't know, maybe it's to do with the app. Twitch app on Xbox doesn't really perform as well as it should, and they really probably have just glitched it purposely in order to stream up everyone towards Mixer, which is the proprietary of Microsoft. But the trouble with Mixer is I basically started in February with primarily Mixer streams, because I thought we'd tie in Mixer with Xbox and then Twitch with PlayStation. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to perform too well. 2 issues. First of all, the streams were laggy and choppy and having kind of a picture interference, and then secondly, the biggest problem there was that some of the broadcasts were not recorded. And if you obviously archive your broadcast like myself, there is a serious issue there. If you, let's say I'll do my news bulletin, and my news bulletin is then not recorded, so it's just wasted. And I complained, I said, what's happening to the recordings? And they don't have a proper help desk. They have ambassadors and other community members throwing in answers. So you get like one question and you get 15 answers coming in, all of them copied and pasted from the net, or the answers that are nonsensical, like your video's been purged from a server. Couldn't have been purged from a server because 10 seconds after it finished, the actual broadcast, there was nowhere to be seen. So, and that's happened 3 times. And I just said, well, first of all, I'm extremely angry and extremely happy about this. Secondly, I have no technical support whatsoever. And because of that, I just bailed all, completely. Mixer is a platform that is enjoyable to watch, but if you are to be using it as a broadcaster, it's a non-starter. It's catastrophic. I mean, really, it has all kinds of issues that really, will ruin it and kill it. And it's possible that they'll try a new engine once they launch the new console. It's a possibility. I don't see really how Mixer could be much improved or integrated. Give an example. Twitch and Ninja, so the top world streamers, they had usually between 20 to 50,000 people watching them when they were streaming, top-notch FPS games on Twitch. You go to Mixer now, they'll have between 3,000 and 6,000. So it's like a 20-fold decrease of the viewers. And they were paid more than $1 million to be migrating from Twitch to Mixer, right? And these obviously business contracts, they're not dependent on the number of subscribers of yours. But you know, remains to be seen. I've not been impressed. I think it's a platform which is simpler than Twitch, and it is quite user-friendly and gamer-friendly. It's well policed, which is fantastic. Technically, it doesn't perform. So it's like Anthem. It's a beautiful game, fantastic open world, you know, beautiful characters. But actually, technically, at the beginning, Anthem didn't perform at all. It was catastrophic. Although the game is amazing, and they've improved it. And you know, I played it on Xbox very extensively, invested 150 hours in Anthem, and I enjoyed every bit of it. It's phenomenal. I mean, it's just really the game, you know, my kind of game, so to speak. But the issues were persisting for more than 10 months, just after the first anniversary, that infinite loading and, you know, all kinds of issues that, look, this was rubber banding, but they were complaining about the scores not being registered, missions being repetitive, glitches occurring, and game crashing, that sort of thing. That's gone. I didn't have one instance of that at all, and I played it very extensively. Anyway, let me see what you said. You said, no, I did mention that before, about Mixer. Performance is not very forgiving for slow networks. So as a viewer, Mixer was totally unusable for me. I guess it was lagging, was it? Or very choppy? It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be like this because it's a kind of streaming platform that should be accessible all on devices, and it's very simple. I think that's something that really drew me to it. Simplicity of its use and everything was you know, definitely of interest, and it does have a very strong ethical policy, so it's very easy to report people who are trolls and doing silly things. But the fact is, you will get very few trolls going to platform that's proprietary to Microsoft, because they know once the reports come in, once they investigate it, the Xbox is going to be basically sent a virus, it'll be frozen forever. They won't be able to use it at all, and they don't really go to Mixer much. They go to Twitch because they know that. But Twitch actually improved their safety policies as well, and they're now tracking the offender's IP, and they're tracking their mobile network and various other things. So that is obviously very encouraging. Yeah, Donzak says very choppy. You know, it's hard to say whether it's choppy because of the viewer's network, or whether it's choppy due to the poor performance of the platform, which is coming from the broadcaster's network. And in my view, it was the combination of the both. It seemed like a half-baked platform, a bit like Anthem when they released it. Honestly, if you have Mixer as the proprietary streaming platform to Xbox as a console, it really should be performing perfectly, and it should be without any form of choppiness and glitches if you're doing anything on Xbox. Right? With Twitch app, you can understand it. It's a third-party platform. It's not favored. It comes from a competitor. But, you know, I've done Master Chief Collection of Halo, so it's the best game that Microsoft have, and it's been absolutely properly remastered and converted for anything on Xbox One. It works fantastically well. It's phenomenal when you play it, you know, on your console. And you've got also two modes, the original and the remastered, so you can swing from one to another. Perfect. You start streaming it, million problems. The first thing is the picture quality, it's appalling. Second is choppiness. Thirdly, you get kind of a red kind of fog interference. So 1 minute it's a clear-cut picture, next minute it gets all choppy as if you're lacking internet connection. Honestly, I have no idea what causes it. And Donzak says, no, I'm now on 40 megabits and much improved since I last chatted to you, but unfortunately Mixer appears to suffer regardless of my network upgrade. Well, absolutely. And the problem is, it's a half-baked platform. They obviously did not do or invest enough. Well, put this way, Twitch is a separate entity altogether, a company that runs just business with broadcasting. Mixer is a third-party platform that's been bought by Microsoft and then imported. And I don't really know whether they really invested enough in the maintenance and the technical side of things, or whether they kept the old team. Because if you have a streaming platform, you would expect at least a few dozen guys to be answering messages of concern with appropriate answers. And the only thing I got through all the questions I sent, we're talking about a few dozen questions about specific problems. Initially, obviously, quite a few. Because don't forget, as a broadcaster and like as an Xbox ambassador, I have kind of shortcuts to these responses and technical support. But the only thing I got was what I would do as Xbox ambassador, which is you get through the responder messages of concern, and I would direct them to another source, right? That was no technical support. It was of no use to me at all. It was very disappointing, because obviously some people who are monetizing, people who have their livelihood based on Twitch or Mixer channels, well, how are you to do anything with it? It's just not going to work. It will just cause you problems left, right, and center, and that's exactly how it was. And don't access, I can't explain it, but also Mixer always assumes that the view is on 1080 display. You cannot specify alternative viewing conditions. I don't know who Mixer is intended to be useful for, frankly. This is like a startup. It's a startup, a bit like what Facebook was initially, or any other major startups. And I think the idea might have been picking up a startup very early will provide them with a great reward. You will pay very little and you will get the best possible quality. The same thing happened to Skype. Skype originally was a product created by two Swedish guys, and it worked perfectly. I used it like during the first few months of its existence. It was fantastic. As soon as Microsoft bought it, became a different thing altogether. Didn't perform well, had lag, constant updates, interference with picture and sound, and still doesn't, even. But they paid, what was it? They paid a huge sum of money. I can't remember now what it was, and they paid it like 4 times more to what the value was in the stock market. So I think the value was like 2. They paid 6. So it was unbelievable. It's unbelievable investment. And it backfired because fewer people use Skype today compared to those days. And Microsoft wanted to have it integrated with Xbox and gaming platforms. And I've been using it from the beginning, and certainly in the last 5-6 years. I don't know how long it is since they bought it. Skype did not perform well. Had technical issues and disconnections. But the main problem was with the kind of video conferencing, because initially you would get everything running smoothly, but once they've taken it up, you had the issue of your free services provided through Skype were poor, but if you pay the premium, then it would be all fancy. That's the way I understood it from people who were paying the premium and using it. So, and Donzak says they've been starting up for over 3 years. It appears that nothing has been in development since Microsoft took it over. Absolutely nothing. They thought they bought a ready-made product, and it was half-baked. And you will see that in view of how Twitch is progressing, they will have to discontinue with Mixer. They may well have partnership with Twitch in the future, with the new console coming out after Christmas. Because Twitch has absolute monopoly on streaming. It is much more powerful than YouTube or any other, and it's to do with everything they integrated. But I know, I think you'll remember, I've gone to last year to a forum in London, which was run by the development team. So these are the top guys touring the world after TwitchCon in Berlin, and they came to London to do presentations. So there were some senior guys from Twitch, and they said that they had a major problem with this exponential expansion that's been experienced since 2015, because they thought it will be expanding bit by bit, but having that many people coming in such a period of time caused them unbelievable difficulties with logistics, finance, with the maintenance, with the workforce and everything else. And that's been experienced with chats and policing and non-ethical conduct and that sort of thing. So they invested quite a bit in the last 18 months into this, and I had some news indicating that the major works were taking place, because if there's one thing that's off-putting for many people who watch viewing platforms is bullying and unpleasant kind of toxic content that keeps popping up there. And although personally I've not experienced that as a broadcaster, only in very few instances where it was directed for whatever reason at some community members or whatever, I did hear a lot about it through other broadcasters and people who do it worldwide, and that really has been of concern. So that was off-putting, and that's something that they are obviously tackling. Because quite frankly, if they can track somebody's IP or the internet connection or the devices they're using, I mean, in theory, somebody can be always changing their iPhones or buying new consoles, but they'll run out of steam rather quickly, because if they get 20-30 reports per offense, which is what happens if you have a community watching, then each time their device will be blocked and banned, and will not matter what kind of user ID they were using. It's going to be either down to the device or to the network. But I think in the future it's likely that the big corporations will be able to access the ISPs, and then if they they have a deal, they'll be able to block access to the ISP, and then that's it. It's only that many ISPs that you can have in a certain area, so they can't have done anything. Alright, I'll have to really crack on within the match, just in case if other people want to come in, so bear with me. And don't access, it appears that, oh yeah, we've seen that. Alright, so I'll crack on with another match, let's see what happens. PUBG is a very enjoyable game. I think if played with a steady crew, and if taken up as a training exercise, it provides a lot of interesting, enjoyable content. It does take a bit of practice, and I think it's challenging for people who are, I guess, used to Battlefield or Call of Duty with early kills. But if you strategize, if you think properly, and tactical thinking, it's a very enjoyable game. And the community is very good. I mean, I met lots of nice people through PUBG forums, and many of them always pop in and ask whether they want to join, and really very. But you get some very competitive guys as well, and sometimes you get people who are perhaps not that pleasant, but I didn't get that many in very large numbers. Alright, for everyone watching, we are live on Twitch, broadcasting PUBG here, and welcome you all. Team of 4, I guess it will be. We've had lots of interesting matches so far, but today we are plagued with lots of technical problems. Hello, how are you doing? You're live on air, so no swear words and that sort of jazz, if at all possible. How's it going? All good? Let's say we go there. Anyone? Happy with that? Because the other one, you pinged number 2. It's hot zone. There's loads of people in there. So it'll be a bit difficult to survive. Loads of people going in there. Right, I'll do the same. I'll follow you, but see where you are. Can't see on my map though. Okay. Okay, I'll chase you, there's no problem. Just I couldn't see when... Couldn't see you. Bullet gassed. Somebody's asking me whether I want to become famous. I like that. Join my platform, you're going to become your next Taylor Swift. That sounds pretty good. I'll consider it. I'll consider it. I need to close that. See where you are. You're a bit far from me. Okay, I'll chase you. If I can get a vehicle. I need health. I can't believe this. I've got 4 motorbikes and I can't use them. Well, that's no fun, is it? I got M16 and MP4. Okay, MP5. 45. Well, what do you know? There is one that works. Alright, fellas, I'll join you. Just want to see where you are exactly. Okay. I'm in a 2-seater, but 3 of us can get on it if you want it. Still no. Okay. I'll have to be careful they didn't open up on me there. Sniper got me. I thought so. I was trying to get to you. Forget it. There's a sniper in the building. 1 shot, 1 kill. He's got top-notch sniper. Let's see how far you are. There's one guy with a really hot sniper. As soon as I stopped my motorcycle, he killed me. He probably watched me. And just watch out for that sniper. I can't see how close you are to him. He was in a building. He was down in that facility. Pleased to say that the stream's less laggy now compared to what it was earlier today, so that's good. Some technical problems with the service, I think, today. Got a vehicle in there if you want it. Is that a vehicle? There is, yeah. There you are. Well done, well done. Don't see him. Don't know where he is. Better luck next time. Well done, well fought. Well done, well done. To see where that sniper was, I'm curious. That sniper must have been in the building. I'm quite certain. Let us see, let us see, let us see. A bit like let it be, right? Cup of tea will help. You can see I'm waiting for my kill cam. Not happening. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. It's just because I was following the other guy's ideas. You know, it wasn't my drop zone. It's like a major hot zone in there. And I knew it. And then obviously using a vehicle to get to them gives away a position. And from now on, I'm listening to myself. Because if people don't want to go to a good area, I'm not going to be joining them in the hot zone, which is what's happened already a few times today. But I'm pleased to say that the game seems to be working a bit better now. There's a few glitches were absolutely appalling earlier today. I got killed twice by the, you know, with the circle. As I was running, rubber banding kept bringing me back, so I'm running, sprinting, and going back all the time. I mean, honestly, it's maddening when it happens. It really is. Mastery report ready. Well, not much of a mastery report. 3 concertos still in the match. He ain't in the match, he was dead. You can see there's another technical problem there. 258 his and the other guy rods 190. Alright, we'll crack on with another match. I want to have a good match today. Well, I stand corrected, I did have a couple of good matches earlier. We came 2nd and 4th, I think, so that was pretty good. Well, what do you know? The joys of PUBG. Time flies. We have fun. But I got to say, I really don't have fun if I have to be doing what I've done in the last match. And I think I have to really avoid doing this. I keep forgetting that I'm, you know, live on air, and people will, you know, watch and get impressions on what we do. Random teams are a constant challenge. It's always a learning process. As long as you do it, every single match is a different game. Play with a permanent crew, then it's a different story. Right, so it looks like we have 3 other people in there, hopefully. I can't see the lobby. The game's glitched, but we are live on Twitch, broadcasting in a live session. PUBG today, and welcome you all. Hopefully we'll have a good match and we'll all enjoy it. Family friendly channel as well. Alright, let's see what's there for us. Same here. I still can't see anything. I can't get into the lobby. I'm still not in a plane. Oh, it is, yeah. Okay. Where do you fancy going? Oh, it's just the 2 of us. Highly glitched. Let's go all the way to the back or somewhere to avoid any kind of incursion. What do you think? Somewhere like that? Oh, no, I'm happy. Roger that. That's a good place, good spot. The game's so badly glitched at the moment. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I can't. Oh, you can see me. Yeah, I can't actually see you on my map for some reason. It's so badly glitched, you know. I can't see anybody on the map before they kind of land. So it makes it really difficult for me to. I usually kind of tell somebody else, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we're not too bad actually. Now I think I can see. Can I see on the map? Yeah, I can see it on.
Everything's just loaded in, literally.
Yeah, hang on. No, yeah, I can see it now.
There's a whole team there.
Are they chasing me or they're near you? Just avoid evac. Walk towards me. I'm up on a hill. Just leg it. We'll get together and then we'll go elsewhere.
He's killed me.
No, sorry to see that. the glitches play an important part today in gameplay. I got killed several times by glitches and lags.
Yeah, I landed, went to go to the warehouse, and there's a whole team in there. You can't see them landing.
That's the glitch. That's happened to us yesterday a few times. And also what happened today was I landed in a similar sort of area and there was nobody around there, nobody dropping anything, and I get in a building and somebody's sitting there already. How come he was there if nobody else was dropping? Do you know what I mean? It's like crazy.
That could have been a problem.
Possibly, yeah. Let us see. I can see you on Xbox. I can bring you in later. We can do it together. You know, if you fancy a couple of matches or so.
I'm going to leave and go find another game.
No worries, no worries. Well, take care and good luck. Yeah. Thanks for joining as well. Cheers. It's rather tricky if one can't get any artillery early, and I'm getting literally nothing, as you could see. So let me see where we are first of all. Okay, I need to walk the other way. Good job is there is a building with probably a bit more loot. Just like I said, not enough space. Alright. What's good is we have plenty of health packs in here. With this matchmaking, only the two of us, my goodness, it's really too bad. Do not want to have that again. And also want to get rid of this rubbishy... Well, I don't use really, being a sniper, I don't use shotguns that frequently, so... Could be good for close quarter battles, but I don't really do much of that. 5.56 and 9 mils. So what have we got there? 12 gauges, 7.62s. Okay, 5.56s. What's that? M41. Probably have to leg it fast because it's 9mm I need. I don't know. Okay. Definitely go for a better quality weapon in here. Need optics. Mind you, I did get some optics, but not particularly good ones. Cal 12 gauge. No. 12 gauge we don't need. Okay. Now we have 5.56 and 9mm. And the flash hider I saw there. Where was it? .556 and 9mm. Okay, we'll bail this. Plenty of 9mm now. 230, alright. Well, this is like Major Aladdin's Cave, really has to be said, really good. I didn't really need 45s in this instance. Okay, what I don't have is... Mind you, I'm alright with my health packs, there isn't better optics, that's all. And yeah, 556. I wouldn't. Okay, doesn't matter. We'll go sweat. And I need to race because I think I will be jumped by the circle. Very quickly have a look in there. Was it there before? Yes, that was. Okay, we need to go the other way. Alright. Matchmaking doesn't seem to work properly today. We've had several matches with only 2 people selected. Probably the UK service or the service that we are getting access to playing up. At least my rubber banding is not this bad. But you know what's funny is that there's a lot more rubber banding if there are 4 people in it than if I'm just there by myself. As you can see, it's just quite funny. Okay, let's pull up our weapon and see whether I can raid that, loot that, we'll see. Excuse me, I don't really need a vehicle if I'm over myself, which is what I am. Nine mils. Okay. Let's very quickly have a look in here. Looks like there are some fellas near that big compound. No need to go there already. I'll just use the circle, I think. Come on. Might spot me there with a sniper. Okay. So bad when, you know, the map is so badly glitched, I can't see really my markers or the direction I need to be taking, so really annoying. Cluster bombs. Good job I'm not there. Why can't I have some better optics? Why can't I have 4x or 3x? But just these. Anyone wants to explain? Thought I heard somebody. Looks like I need to be doing some swimming. I don't really think I need anything much but those sights. I need better optics. Yeah. No optics in her. I like that. It's a big symphony out there down the road. Come on, at least some optics somewhere. It will help. Okay. Don't really need these DVDs, but I'll take them because I want seasonal content. No, we'll leave that. Maybe actually see what if I ditch that painkiller, but I will get more space. I doubt it. Oh, that's well done. That was clever. Okay, so it looks like there is somebody coming this way. No optics anywhere. Gone everywhere where there's so many buildings. No optics. I'm quite well sorted with my kit. Oops, I'm not well sorted with this. This is how I got killed twice because of the lag earlier today. can see Tonzak has written some messages, but unfortunately I can't respond yet. You know, I got to kind of pay attention to this, otherwise I'll be killed. You can see that they're waiting for people to spotted me already. Or maybe not. So I'm all by myself, I don't want to go in there. Where were these guys? Well. Tonzak, I'll respond to that in a moment once the match is over about the broadcasting options. No, I'll respond. It's just that it's a lengthier answer, and I'll try to make sure that I don't get killed here first. Probably sitting there and waiting, you know, it's certainly a possibility, but I don't have my zoom sight. Just hoping that they've not seen me. Well, this time I have plenty of health, so that's alright. Too bad, really. I couldn't take my health because of the firing, and well, I'll just see. Hang on, to see death cam to see who was firing at me. I'm quite curious. And the game now crashed. I can't see my kill cam. I mean, how much more glitchy can it be? It's just ludicrous beyond any form of redemption. Oh dear me. Okay, let's see what Tonzak's asked. Do you have any hype? And there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I've complained to the MPs and to my local councillors and the council and you name it. I've just written all kinds of complaints already for several years, and they don't care really. Outside of our house, you know, literally on our street, there is a street exchange cabinet, and it has a sticker from British Telecom saying that the fiber optic is available in our immediate area. So it's literally, I don't know, 50 meters away from where I'm right now, and I can see it through the window. So I call the company and say, it says that you have fiber optic from that street exchange available in my local street. Can you please connect it to me? And the answer is, oh no, we don't have anything like that in your area. But why do you have a sticker in there advertising it if you don't have it? It's been like this already for a number of years, and in order to broadcast properly, to up the ranks and do things as I want to, I need fiber desperately. But unfortunately, I live in a town centre. in one of the largest or the biggest industrial countries on the planet, and we don't have fiber optic in the same way as they have it in Latvia or in former Soviet republics. It's extraordinary, isn't it? But they didn't want to invest into the infrastructure. I'll tell you, when we had fast broadband introduced, first of all, we've had the best facility on the planet. We were like amazing. The only reason for that was they didn't have to change wiring. But fiber optic need to change all the wiring. I didn't want to do that. And that's very similar to what we've had with Eurostar trains connecting Britain with mainland Europe. Due to the heavy railway traffic in southeast of England, they considered at the time, which was in the 90s, that it'd be too expensive to be rebuilding the network, creating separate terminals. So they were going to be using the old terminals for these fastest trains in Europe. And then guess what? You go on a train, you basically start traveling, and from London to Dover or Ashworth, where you get into the Channel Tunnel, it's progressing at a very, very slow speed. You get into the tunnel, then it's even slower, because in the tunnel they have got to be basically going through it very, very slowly due to the safety kind of conditions and all that. And then once you get to France, once you get out of the tunnel, it becomes like a plane, like whew, it just you get to Brussels or Paris in no time. That's changed because they had to build a new connection from the tunnel, and we have a new terminal now at King's Cross, which is significantly, well, it's a different location compared to the old. And previously it was a Waterloo, which is in South London, and King's Cross is sort of central, northern section of central London, and it's been kind of adjusted, but it did take a good 15 years before this took place. And I remember traveling many times between, let's say, 2000 and 2007 or 2008, and the speed was astonishingly different. And obviously down to safety, we couldn't be flying there in those trains if we don't have the infrastructure. But the problem with the infrastructure at the time was identical to what we've had then later with fiber optic broadband, because instead of being one of the world leaders, we've gone down the route of being the number 36 or even 38 the last time I looked at it in terms of our internet speed. So it's appalling. It's just the entire section of the industry can't be utilizing on the benefits of fast communication and fast internet access due to that. And we've heard promises from consecutive governments, and at the end of the day they're just sitting and waiting for God to help. And for something as important as the connectivity, and you'll see that with the next generation of gaming and the next generation of smartphones, all these networks will be of absolute paramount essence. If you don't have the fast access to the server, then you can't really perform. But maybe after the pandemic they will introduce greater kind of funds and that, because I've seen they've all become very aware of the fact that half of the population, the working population of Britain, had we had the proper infrastructure, would have been able to work from home. So that's not happened. We've had a sizable number working from home, but many couldn't accommodate because there wasn't this infrastructure to do with fast transfer files, for instance. And I think in due course, well, soon, this will change, because it's come up as a serious obstacle, causing all kinds of economic problems. So such is life. Right, a few more matches, then I have a break, and then I have my dinner, and then maybe I'll come back later in the evening. We'll see. Slightly feel a bit queasy about the whole thing today. The tech problems were kind of ruining the whole thing early in the day, and we've had just a couple of good matches, not particularly kind of switched on teammates and people who would do a proper team. So it's been a bit strange, but it is like this some days. But also the fact is, it's the first PUBG broadcast on my channel, and every single game that you play will kind of work differently on a technical front if you're broadcasting. So it's always a bit of a hit and miss initially. I remember with Halo I had a similar sort of problem, and also with Destiny initially. So we'll probably progress down the very nice and easy plain sailing route we have to get there. But I love the game. I think it is I think it is very sociable, and a game that's providing a lot of opportunity for good communities to be built very fast. Because if you like the way somebody plays, you bring them in, they do the games together with you, and otherwise the other way around. If you have people who kind of don't like you, there's no need to be carrying on. But you get many more of those who are kind of switching on and blending in quite well in very large numbers. So I mean, I've suddenly, during the last 2 weeks, I managed to squad up with maybe 20 different teams, and they were terrific guys, and they really all had words of praise for other people who were coming in. But also they had some issues with toxic content, with intentional friendly own team kills, and various other things that we were already discussing today, because that keeps persisting, albeit PUBG management is working very hard on eliminating such individuals, but there's always a cost to be paid if you're looking at the number of service users, a bit like likes on Instagram. Evidently, if 75% of your fans are bots and you block them, what will happen? From 1 million followers, you'll have 250,000, right? So if you have 10 million, it's going to be then, only 250,000. So it is a significant drop, and I think this is what is affecting the decision making in some sections of the industry, because obviously they've got the technology and the means to restrict hackers and bots and people who are doing unpleasant things, which includes some dangerous activity. You've seen that Microsoft introduced now the reports on terrorism, hate speech and crime and all sorts, which was not present beforehand. So there is obviously the way through which people can be prevented from the use of certain services. But then obviously if the numbers are affected, so think about 2.5 billion gamers worldwide play games every single day, and let's say you restrict 3/4 of them for whatever reason, it's a loss of revenue where the entire lot of services will go bankrupt on the spot. So they all have to be, well, I mean, these are difficult decisions, but I think there has to be some merit in terms of how you're going to decide on what is acceptable in public forums, what isn't. And people need to be taught a lesson. So why isn't it acceptable to go into a shop with a crowbar, smash the shop and take everything home? It's not acceptable. It's prosecutable. You go to prison for 10-15 years for doing something like this. But it's acceptable to be offending, and it's acceptable to be bullying and then causing people to, do terrible things to themselves in consequence. And it will take time, but I think it's taken too long time. This has been around for more than 10 years, and we should have taken action, should have really done what's necessary in order to cut down on that degree of abuse. Right, let's have maybe 1 or 2 more matches, and then we'll call it once I call it a day, we'll wrap up the broadcast for now. I'll come back later today because I'm slightly unhappy with the way things went early in the day on the technical front, and then we'll do a bit more. And late in the afternoon and also in the evening, I'll have quite a few of my squad mates popping in, so they might be able to join us. There may be some enjoyable matches, and as you know, it's always the best to play PvP with your permanent crews. Steady teams are always having huge advantage, but doing randoms is a challenge, and I've gone through that with several games during the last couple of years. One of them was Apex, which was actually very challenging, very similar game to this one, and it's just about the mindset. If you play with the same team all the time, I find it very frustrating if you are doing randoms, but as you could see, it's hit and miss. Could be absolutely wonderful, and it could be very, very much of concern. Right, let's bring on another game. We still have lots of our Destiny veterans popping in saying hello, which is wonderful. And I know that people kind of like sticking to one game, and the communities are based around particular games, but as a broadcaster sometimes you have to be branching out a bit, and I think PUBG is similar to some areas of Destiny, although it isn't really a deathmatch, but only on one map, which really is. Everything else is more of a tactical shooter. Alright, we're live on Twitch, broadcasting in a live forum for everyone who's joined us. Welcome, and look forward to engaging with another group of players, 4 people. There will be, if we can see everyone, as the game is quite glitched today in the UK. Can hear myself, so that means somebody has their voice comes on. Good to see that. How's it going? All good out here. A bit drizzly, a bit cold, very glitchy on PUBG front. All kinds of glitches, causing me a major headache today. But oh, I'm in a plane now. Where do we go? Go towards the end somewhere, or like that? Cool. Several times, only had like one teammate today. Matchmaking didn't work at all. It's like a duo rather than a team of 4. But you know. Yeah, that, can you see it? Yeah, it's me, yeah, number 2. Well, it's further back, so we don't get jumped right from the beginning, you know. Well, I'll go first into the vicinity there, like the small buildings, and then we'll get the vehicle and progress towards the center section. I mean, that's the usual idea. Because, you know, if you drop... Yeah, it's live. It is, yeah. Yeah, it's live on Twitch. I was going to say that the tricky thing, if you drop in the hot zone, you know, unless you get your weapons early. Oh, you like dropping into hot zone? Ah, I beg your pardon, I misunderstood. The hot zone, yeah. And then we know what happens. That team jumped me, yeah. There's 3 of them in there. I'm gone. They had weapons, so I was still picking up mine. Really unfortunate. They probably picked up weapons in the building next door, because they had both weapons. London. Oh, cool. What's the weather like out there?
Right now it's like 30 degrees.
Oh, you're baking. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's too like that last week.
Yeah, we've had 28 about 7 days ago, and then there was thunderstorms, and we've gone down to about 10, 15, well 12 during the day, 13. A bit nippy at night. But it was very hot for about 10 days. Yeah, it's very little in some of those places, but you never know. I was in the last match. I had like Aladdin's Cave. It was everything. I had 2 weapons, 3 lots of health, and you know. You know what's most annoying? You get into a big building, like a warehouse or factory, and you think there's going to be a lot of loot in there, and there's nothing in there. It's like crowbars and, you know, rubbish. One of our community members, Tonzak, who is watching and sending some messages, is saying, I'm no longer a Destiny veteran anymore. Why not? What happened? Are you not playing it anymore? Or what's the score? Because we've done lots of matches together of Destiny 1. I think we played Destiny 2 a couple of times as well, didn't we? Which one do you prefer? Yeah, it's a much better game. On the other hand, Destiny 2 is a very different type of game, you know? Something for everyone, lots of content, many different activities, seasonal stuff. I think Destiny 1 is more linear, you know what you're doing, but it has some missions which are incredibly difficult when you're getting pinnacle weapons, and it's challenging. It's a very good game to be played together with other community members, which I think is very good. I enjoyed them both. I actually didn't enjoy Destiny 2 that much initially when it came out, but during the second year they improved tremendously the whole content, and it's been actually very good. Played Iron Banner and Crucible, and you know. Yeah, they are. Yeah, and not just that, they're changing everything all the time. You know, like I said, they were going to be neutralizing Eververse, so nobody will have to pay any money for anything. It'll be just all in-game currency. 6 months later, well, obviously we can get our stuff through in-game currency, but they kept the monetization like it was before. So lots of people are very angry about this as well. I was really unlucky in here, you know, because that team just sprang up and they killed me. There was 3 of them. Because very rarely do I get killed that early in a game. Well, it is. It's also down to the drop, you know, because if you are careful, then. But I have to tell you one thing. There is a difference between doing the game with others and then broadcasting, because the broadcaster you have to always watch out 6 different things, and then sometimes you don't do what you really need to do, like watch all the parachutes are coming in together with you, and you know, that sort of thing. One can make that sort of error. But I quite like playing with random teams because it's, you know, literally everyday challenge. Every team is a different team, and sometimes you have fantastic players coming in, at other times it's really a major headache, and you get people who want to do their own thing and not providing any cover, and you know, that sort of thing. What I don't understand is, why is it that people want to play a team effort game and they don't have their voice comms on? Because how are you going to coordinate if you can't talk? I see. Do you have a headset, or do you have? So listen. Yeah. No, I mean, some people listen to it through the TV, and then you know, they purposely switch it off because obviously it's going to be echo, and I think with headsets. Wives, don't we know it's all? I know it's all. So, you know, it's always the same story. But I guess we can talk about wives when the wives are not around, right? I like that. That's cool. She's keeping tabs on everything. Yeah. Well, well, I'm dead, so the other person will need to point you to it. This must be a bot. How was he here? I've heard nothing. There was no footsteps. There was nothing at all. So this bot must have been standing there from the beginning. Well, they might have been there avoiding contact. That's a possibility. You know? They didn't move at all. They were just sitting in a corner. They do, but I don't know how it works, to be honest with you. People were telling me recently, because they could tell straight away by looking at the character or the parachute whether they are a bot or not. I can't do that yet. I didn't pay attention actually over the years at all. But they said, oh, you can tell this is a bot. Sorry, I didn't understand. Me? No. It was a team walking in. They basically dropped nearby, and they were already kitted up with weapons. They all had primary and secondary. And they're probably, you know, Battlefield players, Call of Duty players, when they're dropping, they're literally watching initially where the parachutes are going. So they're literally chasing an early kill. And this is not a game about early kills, it's about surviving. And they do it all the time. All the time. So that's the reason as to why I always go far away, because I know for certain if I'm anywhere close to these guys, they're going to open up on me as soon as they can. And they get killed straight away, you know? But they don't care. They're just after a quick kill. I think that there are some people in that building. Do you have a sniper? Yeah. Are you in PlayStation or are you in Stadia or PC? PlayStation, yeah, because I stream on all platforms, but presently I'm on Xbox. Let's see where you are now. Well, you're in a good spot though. Oh, this is a cool sniper. Got good skins. It's funny because I've heard nothing, you know? There's no enemy or anything at the moment, but also the character killed, they probably, unless they were bots, they were seated in there, you know, waiting and avoiding any form of contact. So in that corner. One experienced PUBG veteran, he was like level 500, told me a couple of days ago that one has to avoid the bots at all times because they're incredibly accurate, you know? It's like a split second when you aim at them, and so if you're a bit late, they will kill you. That's what they said. I mean, I'm not sure whether this is true or not. Well, it's certainly the right direction. Are you in a duo with the other chap or also randomly selected? Oh, random, yeah. Because sometimes you get duos and trios as well. I mean, I've done that a lot during the last few weeks when I bring in my team. Well, you know, when you have a permanent team, then you will know basically how the other guys tick, so it's easier. But I guess That's quite far. Yeah, you can take an OP there if they're on the first floor. You can snipe at them if you want. They'll be coming towards the circle. Not many windows, look at this. The shots were coming from behind, so you're 6. You know what's funny? When you watch somebody else's scam, it looks like the character is incredibly fast. When you watch your own, they don't run as fast. It's funny. Here's gun. Somebody sniping at you. Oh no. Try to crawl downhill. Yeah. Number 1, just go downhill if you can. No, don't worry. It's you won't be able to reload. Just take some health. Oh no, it's 2 positions. They're firing from 2 different buildings. Well played though, really cool. Good talking to you, sir. Have a good day. Well, this was a good match, 5 years. Albeit I got killed so early, which is doesn't happen frequently, but I was just unlucky. The mistake I made was I didn't look up. I always check whether there are any other people dropping, talk to our teammate in there, and that obviously was costing me. But as you could see, this person was well kitted up. They had a weapon and everything, and looks like several of the teammates were there. Yeah, 1 shot, 1 kill, shotgun, close range. Oh well, better luck next time. Okay, so I think I'll bring it to a close for this session. I need to do a few things. I need to have my dinner and do some exercises. I thank everyone for watching. I thank Tonzak for coming in, and thank you very much for saying hello after a long while. We've not talked for a little while, and I can see that Tonzak said that let me see. Tonzak says, I'm not very happy with Destiny 2. I have the impression Destiny 2 was a rewrite that was very specific to the PC, and that the console versions are treated as ports. My biggest beef with Destiny 2 is the use of R3 control and the ability to disable it. And Tonzak saying player not at the controls. No, I think he was a bit confused, the guy who got hit. He got hit, you know, he was probably in crossfire, because there were people camping in a building and there was somebody on the other side uphill. So instead of going uphill, he should have retreated behind a tree. The trouble there was that the position behind the tree was being hit by a sniper who was in the building. And it's funny because my teammates had gone to that building, right? They were in that building before, but it looks like as they evac'd, somebody cleverly tailed them, didn't open up on them when they were at close range, and then they went to an OP which was on the first floor and eventually killed them. So it was that sniper that killed Mohammed. And well, the trouble with PUBG and with team effort games is you will have frequently you have a situation like this one, where you have 2 teammates, they lost other team members, and obviously you want to help your teammate, you want to revive him, although you know it's a no-go situation, but you wanna display that team spirit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, what kind of teammate are you if you don't go there and help? And I always do that, and very frequently, if there is crossfire, if you come into the last couple of teams, it's instant death. But you know, it's sportsmanship, it's team spirit, and that's the way we do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I think it's very important to display that team spirit at all times. You know, some people think fast, other people perhaps not so. Well, it's always a challenge, but I think anyone who played Battlefield or Call of Duty, PUBG or Apex for a long while, so you know, people who had a couple of thousand hours spent on it, they will be, yeah, in the zone. They will know what to do in certain situation, and that makes a very, very big difference. Because when I do random games, I mean random matches in any of these games, I can tell straight away from what people are doing whether they are top notch with experience, and you know, that sort of thing. And don't forget, people who like FPS or PvP, they'll just do these games all the time. They'll do nothing else. And I talked to quite a few veterans, and they said, well, we are not really interested in doing any other games because we want to master the skill. You know, we want to make sure we know what we are doing. But it's also about scoring. It's about status. It is about the leaderboards for anybody who plays competitively. Even if they're not really playing sports competitively, they'll want to excel, and that is what is drawing everyone to come back to it. Let's say you want to be down to the last 5 teams and you get knocked up and you end up like the 7th or the 8th. You play another match to get down to the last 3, and then another match, and that's the way it kind of mounts up. I think it has to be taken lightheartedly, and people shouldn't really treat it as if it was a real kind of real life competition, even if it was esports, you know, like working your way up to earn a few £1,000,000. The awards for certain games today are phenomenally big. League of Legends Team of 9 won £28 million. They obviously won the World Tournament, but you know, it's World Tournament, and the number of viewers is phenomenal, and it comes on level to what we have with other team sports which have been played for 150 years or so, and that's remarkable. And I'm very excited and interested to see how all will evolve. In fact, I play Gears of War, and Gears of War is a wonderful game which could be now played as Gears 5, also as a tactical shooter. You get squad and board and all this, but they have lots of death matches, and they have them as a separate section of the game. So what they do is they run regular tournaments with a commentator, so somebody is actually commentating all the activity, and it's identical to what you have with rugby, American football. It's extraordinary. I listened to it a few times and I thought, my goodness, it's just completely replacing the sports that we watched for, you know, many decades, in a way which in fact is, first of all, identical in terms of the temperament and excitement, and then secondly, it draws many, many more viewers. I mean, that's mind-boggling. Many more viewers. If you have an ordinary match, I mean, obviously if you have Liverpool playing Bayern Munich or, you know, Manchester United, and then you have lots of people watching, but some of these tournaments for the younger generation, they'll attract millions and millions of people watching at the same time. You know, they want to see a particular streamer, a particular gamer, they want to learn from them. And I watched a presentation done by Xbox a few months ago, and it was part of the Inside Xbox broadcast. We had several celebrities introducing various games as part of the Microsoft Store opening in London. So it's the first biggest kind of a flagship Microsoft Store in Europe, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I've been there quite a few times. It's just, you know, it's state of art. Their games room is incredible, and the presentation was just basically introducing it to the world. And there was Peter Crouch, the former England international footballer, and he was one of the guys who was absolutely terrific. It was funny and engaging, and you know, he did all sorts of things there which I thought was delightful. But most importantly, when they talked about his sons and his family, they asked him, what do you want your kids to become once they grow up? And he said, well, I think that esports might be the best way forward, because esports are overtaking and they provide a different kind of exposure. However, he said, let's get it clear, they require a lot of training. People need to have knowledge, experience and skill. And he said, when I was a boy, I used to play football all the time. It was all about training. You know, training makes it perfect. And I thought it was extraordinary. You have a person who was playing on, obviously, international scale in, you know, in England team, and he would have esports as his first pick for his own sons. You know, it's really extraordinary. And they were playing FIFA. Just to put in perspective, it was FIFA they played. So they played football online rather than football in real life. Well, that's just the way those things are today. And Don Zack says, those people don't know what the conflict is then, since the death is not a penalty in video games. Yeah, of course. Well, you will get people who spend, their entire lifetime or the entire day working on the skill, or attempting to polish it, and you will find frequently that lots of these guys will be lacking team effort from their friends and mates or people to play together with. Do you know what I mean? There's a very big difference between somebody who plays in a team all the time and somebody who's like a cappella solo player. It's a very, very big difference, because a team player will always be looking for another add-on, and they'll be sociable and chatty and communicative, and it's like all about that team effort. And rarely will you get a team that's every member in there being completely, very, very angry, very disappointed if things don't work out. It's just another match. But I think for somebody who's a loner, like a lone wolf, and building their skill and knowledge, and taking it extremely seriously, as if they were, producing some sort of monumental building in the middle of a city, they will take it, well, it's down to the personality, But I've come across people who are like that, and I don't think gaming has been, built or created for that sort of reason. Gaming is about connectivity and interaction. It's about uniting people from the world, making sure that everyone enjoys the activity and have a lot of fun. And doing PUBG and getting killed early with your team and doing silly things could be very funny and very entertaining. And we've had a lot of fun like that over the years. That's the way I see it. So I think I will be bringing my broadcast to a close for now. I'll come back later. And thank you very much, Don Zack, for coming in and saying hello. We've had Sekapupu earlier today as well. He said hello. He said he was doing Destiny a bit less compared to his gaming in the past. And I look forward to seeing other people who will be joining us here in a PUBG community. People who perhaps play other FPS games such as Call of Duty or Modern Warfare or Apex, Fortnite, any other. Apex and Fortnite were blending in quite well. I remember when I was promoting Apex, we had lots of people coming in from Fortnite. It's a very large number, and really great lads, and we had lots of fun. Right, so I'm bringing it to a close. Thanks very much, Don Zack, for watching my channel, my baby broadcast of PUBG, and for being patient, because this broadcast didn't work out according to the book, and there were lots of technical problems initially, but I'm pleased to say as we progressed the technical problems were not that prominent. The lag wasn't as bad, and the rubber banding was less visible, so that was really particularly good. I don't think you've seen much rubber banding since you started watching it, but I had a lot of it early on. Killed me several times, and with rubber banding one can't do anything really in a live forum or in a kind of competitive style gaming, because lag's bringing you back, the path is wide. In fact, in one of the matches earlier, I watched my kill cam, and the guy who killed me literally fired up the action all over the shop, and all over the shop was the path, so it looked like one shot, one kill, but actually it was like 20 different bullets on the burst left on his weapon. Alright, well, take care, and thanks very much for watching, Don Zack. Also to all of our viewers worldwide, thank you for watching my baby broadcast of PUBG. I'll be back later today with a lot more. Look forward to that, and I wish you all a very, very happy, peaceful, healthy and safe afternoon.